Welcome to DR Vintage. Today we're doing Damien's second room tour. In case you haven't seen the first one yet, check out the link in the description.
Here you see all kinds of vintage stuff. I found those items in a thrift store and European flea markets. You can see a Barbie car, a funny troll and Transformers. Here's an European version of the turtle card game. You might have seen it in an earlier video.
Next up are some posters on the wall from Ghostbusters, Zelda, Marvel and Jaws.
This is the biggest shelf of my room, filled with Marvel Legends. I'm a big fan of Marvel and DC. The figures are sorted by different groups. For example, Spider-Man, next to Spider-Man overall villains. Further to the right, you can see Street Heroes, Fantastic Four and the Avengers. I even attached them to the wall. And all the way to the end you can see the X-Men and X-Men villains.
On the wall you can see some awesome Virgin covers by Alex Ross, with Green Goblin, Mysterio and Rhino. The room also has 3 dettles filled with hot toys, this Lego building and more.
Here you see my Star Wars shelf with Boba Fett, Imperial Stormtrooper and the Imperial TIE Fighter pilot. And under it you can see Darth Maul with his land speeder. I made a pile with horror VHS tapes, with killer clowns from outer space Funko Pops on the side. They are all placed on top of this old school Philips monitor I found in a thrift store.
Next to the monitor you can see some McDonald's old school Happy Meal toys from the 80s till 90s. Damien placed the VHS player also from Philips behind the toys. You might have seen it in action in one of our shorts. We'll place a link to the videos on top of the screen.
This chewing gum machine was a gift for my sister. As you can see, I have special themed drinking glasses and other collectibles displayed here. In the back you can see Link's Master Sword.
Apart from toys, Damien has a lot of different consoles, like the NES, GameCube, Wii, Xbox 360, SNES, N64, PlayStation 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Behind the N64 you can find the Majora's Mask with multiple games. I have placed this 40 years of Empire Strikes Back Lego set on this small table. Those are all my graded comics and cards. In particular Stan Lee's signature, where I'm very happy with.
They are all CGC and PSA graded, and under it you can find Stan the Man Lee with some awesome characters.
One of my favorite supervillains is Mysterio. He is together with Hellboy and Soundwave.
And all the way to the bottom, the great Venompool and Deadpool.
Let's move over to a part of my VHS collection. If you look close, you can see the Turtle VHS that has been in one of our videos. I have placed the VHS in a rack as if it's displayed in a video store. What you see here are 2 copies of Jurassic Park because it's one of my favorite movies.
On the other side of the wall you can see some more Alex Ross Virgin covers, for example Apocalypse, Mole Man and Hela.
Now it's time for my vintage multiverse of madness, with the real Ghostbusters, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Transformers and Motu. This is the 1986 Kenner Firehouse headquarters. And also the 1981 Castle Grayskull.
And if we dive down, we end up with a lot of special themed plushies. And the rest of the VHS collection. At the bottom you can see a ton of DVDs.
This is an awesome find in a thrift store, a poster of G1 Transformers. It was folded inside a comic I bought there, so I didn't expect to get this poster as well. That brings us to the TMNT show. With Universal Monsters TMNT all from NECA.
And above Super Shredder you can see this commission of Hellboy from Romano Molenaar. This Detolf is filled with D&D miniatures that Damien painted by himself. You can also see Warhammer 40k vehicles.
And in front of it you can see some vintage figures and my D&D dices. Let's move over to the retro and modern games, including Sega, Mega Drive, PlayStation 1, 2 and 3 and 4, Nintendo DS, Game Boy, Atari, even Pokemon pinballs playing on this Game Boy Advance SP. Underneath are some awesome books about Ghostbusters, He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Stephen King and more.
The room is literally decorated everywhere, even on the ceiling. On top of the shelf are some other LEGO sets, for example Jurassic Park and the Ecto 1.
This furniture is full of comics and action figures. Those are some Dutch versions from Junior Press of American Marvel Comics and DC. And in front of it you find the DeLorean time machine.
On the left you can see some Suske and Whisker European comics. And if you didn't notice it yet, Damien's room already has the Halloween spirit.
This is a shelf with all kinds of 80s and 90s modern action figures and a Club Nintendo.
This is an awesome bust of Carnage and some Marvel hardcovers.
Next to the shelf you see Storm Shadow and above it you can find the 4 Ghostbusters and a pile of all my board games. And if we go to Infinity and beyond, you'll find Buzz Lightyear in front of a vintage pinball machine from the 80s.
Some final posters from Damien's room to end up the room tour video. We hope you enjoyed watching, don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. And we see you next time. Bye!